Okay, everybody, welcome to another live stream. This is a grumpy old guy gaming, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why the computer is moving as slowly as it is today. But it is. So we are going to try and get through as much of this as possible. Didn't really have a whole ton of progress-related things going anyway. Actually wanted to clean up on a couple of things we've been neglecting over the past little bit. Here we come upon a chest in the first level, and it's a transfer potion. So that will help us with the upload tomorrow. Certainly will do that. About the only thing I could figure, let me get to a safe room here. I could probably think of one other thing that may help. Okay. We're in Helga's room. There is nothing that could happen to us here. So if you'll give me just one moment. Nothing like adjusting live on stream. Okay, I think that'll fix it. Yeah, we're moving much better now. Turns out, as usual, I changed something and it messed everything up. Never assume that I know what I'm doing with tech, even if somebody tells me exactly what to do with it. But here we are, battle with some goblins and a harpy, and we'll just rush through this. We're actually going to stay on the first level for the first part of this stream. And thank you for those of you who were patient enough to wait for me to figure that out a little bit. Okay, it didn't go that way, so we should be safe here. Until the flying mob runs into us. And it's another Harpian party of 4 orcs. Just no fear whatsoever on these guys. Of course, we have very little to fear at this point. We've finally got back up to 6 dedicated party members with magic items. So the undead aren't really a problem. Not too much right now is a serious problem. Here's the Imperial Quarters. Of course, everyone's still out looking for the Queen. But I think we'll make our first stop at Gots today. Gonna do the lock-picking, trap disarming adventure. Gots says, I'll be waiting for you, my friend. You's gonna do it, right? Sure, let's do level 3. We haven't done the level 3 trap yet. We're gonna have to disarm this thing 30 times. So that's 1. Nice and easy through 2. Those are the ones that are gonna screw me up here. Because the circle button's a bit mashed, and from the amount of fragment I've been playing, really need to get a new controller out. I've got a PS3 controller sitting upstairs and I'm not doing anything with it. Just haven't really found my way up into the spare room yet. 8 for 8. And just like that, we are through 9. Third of the way there. See, my brain just didn't start on time there. One of these times that's going to cost me. Doing good so far, though. Halfway home. Got that one done nice and quick. Like when they end on multiple of the same, so I could just hit the button like a madman. There we go. One more gets us to 20. Okay, home stretch. Final 10 here. There we go. Can I do it? Can I not mess this up? Made it easy on me there. 5 to go. Nice. 3 to go. Just 2 more. We did it. 30 for 30. Just after you disarmed it 30 times, the cracks in the clay become more prominent and crumbled to pieces. Guess, it's just as I was predicted. It broke after 30 times. Here's be your set of potions. As will make a much, much better trap. Comes do the test anytime. We'll do that. So yeah, the potions we got were I guess a healing potion, an antidote, and a curing potion. So we have all the antidotes we'll ever need and more than enough transfer potions. Unfortunately, the inventory for our front row is just about all consumable items. So it's probably for the best we aren't planning on a super deep run through anyway. You know what? While we're going this way, we might as well take another shot at that cemetery on 4. Of course, we haven't got there via this route in a long time. 4 harpies, certainly an unusual formation for us. They'll rush down all the same. Look at that, 54 damage, folks. Really want to make your heroes seem kind of pathetic and weak, just remind yourself that with a party of 6, that means each one of our adventurers is literally just doing 9 damage to a monster. Even if you split that up over the entire party, that means your fighter and your ninja are doing a grand 36. Yeah, it ain't that special, is it? Could have checked out the pay books. We'll save that for another live stream. Certainly don't need the smiley shop today. Doesn't look like we're getting any unwanted visits from the Reaper here on the 2nd floor. 1st floor. We're still on the 1st floor. What am I saying? Got the spring here. Beautiful stream of water. It certainly is. Now let's head on down to Ye Olde Jail. Home of Ye Olde Jail cells. Yeah, there was no real avoiding that. I guess if I just kept running and it cut in, it's perfect timing we could have got through there. I just didn't see it working out. I do see individual attacks and assisted shot working out pretty well. Harpy goes down, Keo takes care of the Bushwhacker. Once again, the assisted shot takes out a Harpy, and that means that Ricardo is going to bash in the final assailant. Hina right now, the low person on the initiative totem pole, and we're cool with that. Right now, all three of our fighters are perfectly capable of handling anything coming their way, so honestly, the order in which they fight, very little concern to me. I'm not gonna lie, that felt really good there. That little dodging thing. Dealing with that lag right away, I just wasn't sure what was going on, and then I remembered I was tinkering with some of the graphics settings for last night when I was doing the Weekend Warrior. Things just weren't quite as sharp as I would have liked them to be, so naturally I thought I could, just do things with technology, and that's never a recipe for success. So apologies on the false start today. Let's call the elevator. Go down to the prison detention cells. And down to the Labyrinth we go. Now, we've had the Labyrinth take pretty much entire streams, and we've had the Labyrinth take turning left. One thing we haven't had too often is literally stepping on 4 giant toads out of the gate. They don't seem too upset about it, and we don't seem too upset to let them pass. Dragon that way, no dragon this way, let's go this way. I may regret that decision. An odd-looking priest stood in the darkness. His lips curled into a smile. The moonlight has led you and I to our encounter. God, we missed this guy, didn't we? His divination will bring us blessings and misfortunes, and it very much has. Will we request a reading? It would be silly of us not to. Even if it's for the worst, it's at least a journey taken. Says, very well. Now, choose one of these piles of cards that have been doused in moonlight. That's the nice thing about his cards. They don't curl up in moonlight. Right down the middle. Let's do it. Says, fate is hidden in the cards. With the moon's guidance, I shall divine your destiny. Again, 7:22 a.m. Eastern. Priest pulled out one card. It was... Was it good? Was it bad? Was it bad? My, how unfortunate. It's an evil fairy card. On the card there is a picture of a young fairy with a seductive look. You will soon hear the song of the evil fairy, but if you are careful, you may be able to elude it. The priest laughed, his eyes becoming like crescent moons. Then I shall wait for the moonlight to guide you here at a more opportune moment. I think that string of good luck we had is pretty well evened out at this point. Let's go with an assisted shot. And just individual attacks. That should at least get rid of the dragonflies, no problem. Not sure what all damage we'll be able to get on the beetles, since they are strongly physical damage resistant. Well, I mean, Hina does not seem to care. And I don't see them doing a whole ton of damage, especially if they keep targeting Keo. Yeah, there you go. Might as well just go with it. It didn't work out so badly that time. I don't know if Keo's going to do a whole ton of damage to a beetle himself, but we're not doing terribly on these. You know what, 23 is more than enough. We're not sad about that. Yeah, Ricardo's got the big heavy flail. He's not going to not kill them. So yeah, there you go, boring beetles. No longer a serious concern of ours in the least. I would say right now the most serious concern of ours is the evil fairy. Is that the one that takes half our gold? I feel like that may be the one that takes half our gold. And if it is, so be it. It's not like we could really do anything about it at this point. Except for maybe hit the stairs down. That time, things went a little quicker. And here we are in the ancient cemetery. You may be asking, why oh why are we back in the ancient cemetery? And the answer is, quite simply, we still have to find Gustav's shield. That's kind of the quest that's been driving me batty this whole time, because everything else has been relatively easy to find. Now, I did look up a little bit for help, and it did tell me that just past the re-entry from the first pit is pretty close to the shield's location. I could have swore we went down every pit in that area, but I've certainly been wrong before, and I will certainly be wrong again. So let's go ahead and check it out. But first, let's check out this locked chest and have Rui do the honors as our resident rogue. Not a problem. If we could crack a Got's trap, we can crack a locked chest. There's another healing potion. This may be the only game I've ever played where you don't want to amass consumables. Now we're going to come out here, and I'm going to go ahead and have Agog cast the map spell. Now looking around, I don't see a single pit that we haven't triggered. That's kind of a problem for me because, you really got to figure that if we were able to get that shield, we'd have triggered it already. I'm going to go up by the large gravestone. I believe that's where it said the pit was close by. And we'll do a bit more investigating there. So taking a look, we have this pit here, which leads us to an already known area. In fact, that leads us right back to where we were. So no point in going there. Got a battle with a couple gargoyles here. Or maybe just a friendly handshake. Bunch of friendly monsters today. Apparently we're all just out for a leisure stroll. Again, not going to get a complaint here. So it wasn't literally the closest pit. Got a whole host of the undead here. And just to show off our newfound undead slaying power with Hina's Kikyomonji and 3 magic crossbows in the back, we'll go ahead and just mow these guys down with the assisted shot and individual attack combo. Took out the front row of zombies before I could even say what we're doing, and we're down to just 3 undead kobolds. And since they're undead, they don't run, they laugh in the face of danger. And then pull a front card because they're afraid of us rushing, which I guess is fair. Big hits all around. And we have saved the day. Got a little bit of rotten meat. You know the deal. I think we got back attacked on this one because I was dumb and I turned around. So now we get to watch a whole bunch of undead kobolds hack away at our back row, because our back row is now our front row. Sarah's paralyzed, which takes away any chance of us ending this the following round, and just reaffirms that we're probably best off inverting the rows. They'll front guard, we'll invert. We're cool with that. Oh, we can't even invert with Sarah there. Okay. Interesting. Can't do a sweep attack either. Let's do an end lash with Kyo and Hina. Let's do some individual actions after that. We'll have a Gog attempt to dispel. Ruby will probably make all of this moot with a Jakrita. And just in case it comes down to it, let's have Ricardo use a curing potion on Sarah. Saw I was trying to switch with the shoulder buttons because that's just more natural to me at this point. And instead I changed the view so you can get a nice aerial view of the monsters if you so choose. Yeah, Ruby says, never mind guys, I got this. Don't tick off, Ruby. Get another treasure chest here, and it's more rotten meat. Now let's go ahead and use that curing potion. Sarah is now cured. Alter our formation. There we go. Okay, so where to next? I mean, literally nowhere to go from there. Next pit would be right here. And that is also not taking us where we need to be. Do have a ninja here. Gonna take care of him nice and easy. It's not getting past the end lash. 113 damage to a single ninja. Yeah, that was game over. Pick up a mysterious helmet. Hand that helmet over to Agog. Go into the appraisance station, and we have an enduring helmet. Increased resistance against unconsciousness. Seems like the only one who doesn't have an enduring helmet in the front row is Hina. We just had to buy her a normal helmet. So let's go ahead and hand it out to Sarah so we can clear up some room and shovel this helmet back Hina's way. Like our front row to be as defensively adept as possible. So there we go. Now let me check something real quick here. No, this is actually where we're supposed to be. Nothing unusual. There's a bag on the ground. Let's pick up the bag. We found a small silver shield. Okay, that wasn't so difficult. The moment you picked it up, you felt a menacing aura from behind you. Each time the body moved, flesh slid off from it. A stench filled the air. What you saw was an undead approaching you, dragging its feet heavily. The undead suddenly stopped and stared at you with its dark, murky eyes. The undead is staring at you. Will you fight? Let's watch it. Let's see what it does. The undead trembled and emitted a raspy voice from its torn mouth. Shield! The shield! The undead ran away, dragging their feet. All of a sudden, a woman calls, "Is this the place?" Man says, "This would be it. Right around here, your father's troop." Okay, we recognize this samurai. He says, "Someone beat us here." We actually recognize the warrior as well. A female warrior and a samurai who looked familiar appeared. She goes, "You, what are you doing there?" The look in the female warrior's eyes changed. She had noticed the silver shield you held in your hand. "Why are you holding my father's shield?" "I see. So you're the adventurers who accepted my father's quest. My name is Orf Bright. The requester, Gustav Bright, is my father." Samurai says, "Looks like we were a little too late." Orf took out her anger on the samurai next to her. "I knew this would happen. Why does my father let adventurers do things for him? It's as if he's admitting to his shame to all the slanderous folk." Samurai says, "Yes, that's just what I told your father, but, as you know, he's stubborn." Orf says, "Why does he not trust his own daughter?" "Don't worry, I have no intention of taking away your earnings. If you take that back to town, you can get paid from my father." Samurai says, "Excuse us, then." So Orf was off to reclaim her father's shield and, in a sense, his honor. And we just kind of beat them to it. Gustav's quest has been completed, and we can head back to the tavern. Which I think we will, but let's go ahead and mop up these couple encounters first. Got a couple spirits and a few zombies. Definitely nothing to fear here. Nice 96-point critical there, and before the zombie was even finished with the death animation, we got to zoom out and just see the eyeballs fall. It's my favorite part of the spirit's death animation. It withers away to just the eyes, and then they drop to the ground. So there you go. Sometimes you just have to retrace the old steps. Nothing unusual here. Probably say the best course of action. Just use a transfer potion. We've got like 5 of them now. And with that taken care of, we can make our way back down and, relax a little. Have some fun. Kill some things of a decent level. 300 gold altogether? Absolutely. One other thing I want to do before leaving, though, I want to hit up the item shop here and sell some of these spare potions. Obviously, we're not going to sell the transfer potions because they're worth their weight in gold, and I do want to hold on to a couple antidotes. But we don't need this helmet anymore. And we don't need these healing potions. Yeah, I'd say we're good there. Just a couple things. 3, so technically a few. Back into the Labyrinth we go. Doing the old double dip on a stream, which we technically also double dipped on. Since I started. Another chest. Will this be yet another transfer potion? It will. So we are like +2 on the day on transfer potions, even though we've already used 1. Gotta do a better job of avoiding these encounters, I do. But in the meantime, we'll just rush through a whole mass of slime. Nice thing is, we're making small gains in the trust at any rate. See those little green flames all flicker after the battle? That means our party is slightly more convinced that we aren't leading them to certain and impending doom. This is a good thing. And that was a goo thing. Cool. Bogey Cat didn't want to face us any more than we wanted to face them. Now we're heading back to the little hub area, the Crossroads, and instead of going the route of the Imperial Quarters, we're going to head up this way, past the altar, and down to the 5th floor. But we're not going to pass up a locked chest on the way, are we? That would not be adventuresome. Adventurous would be the word. Just making up my own words here, don't mind me. Let's take a look at that charm. I get the feeling it's going to be a sculpture charm. But we're not going to be sad about that. Grab ourselves an appraising cookie. It's a sculpture charm. Sells for money, which is just as good as cash. Down to floor number 5, the Waterfall. Interesting. Kinda just stalking that giant a little bit, aren't we? Taking our time, letting him go. Don't want to take too much time, as we could get attacked from behind here. Well, eventually it was going to happen. It's just an earth giant, though, so we know how we're taking care of this. Stun attack. Let's have Kyo deliver the stun attack this time. Double slash between Hina and Ricardo. Rui and Sarah will throw some additional damage out there, just a point from Rui to get the old job going. See Kyo striking true with that stun attack. That's now 15 damage on the giant, and here comes all the rest. Yeah, that's a crazy level of damage thrown out by Hina and Ricardo, not sad to say, it is the lesser of the damage dealers. Maybe time to upgrade the old warrior arsenal next chance we get. Making our way down to floor number 6. The Moldy Fort. Where we once again run right into a monster. This is 2 earth giants and a master thief. First thing we're going to do, and lash our way through the thief. Restrict shot. Have Ricardo attack an earth giant. and have Rui attempt to strain them. Master Thief's not making it out of 100 plus points of damage. Rui up next with the strain spell. 2 for 2. Meaning Ricardo gets some good damage there. Do a jump attack with Hina on that Earth Giant. Double slash with Kyo and Ricardo. And some support damage from Agog and Sarah, even though it's probably only going to be 2 damage. Hina high overhead of that Earth Giant. Double slash should take the left side one down easy peasy. And yeah, 195 points on the jumping attack. What a finish. You know, I was actually a little hesitant at first to switch to Hina. I'm not ashamed to admit that, because Daniel was serving his role admirably. But when a move is right, a move is right. Just kind of ambling our way through this here fort. Ambling, of course, being the absolute correct way to discuss what I'm doing here. Sort of sought out this combat. Not because I really wanted to, but we were rewarded with a surprise attack. I just sort of glanced the shoulder button there. Go ahead, hit our... We'll hit our end lash. First off, assisted shot. Huh. You can't end lash with an assisted shot. That's weird. Isn't it? Okay, individual attacks it is. Let's see what we actually do against these warriors. I'm going to say we take out 2 of them. There goes 1. And 2. Okay, cool. Now we have it down to a 6-on-2 battle, which seems incredibly unfair to them. Kind of how we like it. Double slash. And we'll see how the individual attacks go. Rui with a big 38 points. Kyo with a death strike, making the rest of that damage academic but tangible. And Hina mops up the priest before she could cast. 2,300 experience, minimal effort. So the reason I was heading this way is we actually made a good bit of progress. And kind of forgot that wasn't the correct route. So, yeah, we don't want to mess with that. We also didn't want to mess with 8 spiders. But here we are. Let's hit an assisted spell. Have Rui assist for the speed, and Agog cast because Jacarita. We'll throw a sweep attack out there. Sure, why not? And Sarah will attack because, let's face it, they're not getting past an assisted Jacarita. $64 really hot feet on the screen, and over they roll for a good little tummy tickle. When spiders offer tummy tickles, it means the fire spell worked. this the route we went last time? Yeah. Go through our litany of crossbow traps. But first, we'll take this pause for a couple Master Thieves and a Chimera. How we want to go about this, huh? Feel like double slashing the Chimera to get out of the way early is probably the best call. Good old restrict shot. Let's protect Hina and Ricardo. Have Ricardo attack a Master Thief as well as Rui. Master Thief is actually the least of our worries by far and away. As you can see, that Chimera is going to just take all the damage in the world and not care. Thief gets caught getting greedy and attacking Hina. Pays for it with their life. And the other Master Thief will do the same. 2 for 2 on the restrict shot. That's how we like it. Now we've just got to deal with some fire breath. And some tangible fire breath. Agog taking a 19 damage to the head there. Hina's going to recover a couple of hers. Let's see if we could stun. I don't think so, but we'll give it a shot. Either way, I think the double slash will handle the job admirably. Hey, look at that. We can actually stun a Chimera. Double damage on the double slash. And yeah, it wasn't making it through that. There's a nice 3,500 pop. Now we just got to get through this one here. See our unfortunate friend met a very grisly end. Let us not pretend that he will never step again. Just realized my left knee is a little out of place. Went to move my leg in a whole bunch of pain. The fun of waking up early in the morning past a certain age. Another allied action. Again, we're not going to waste time with this. Assisted spell. This time we'll let Rui do the honors. See what a Jatiel gets us. I think an assisted Jatiel should do every bit as good, if not better. Well, yeah, every bit as well. It's not going to do better. It's a lower level spell. Wow, it only got rid of one. That was unfortunate. I think the sweep attack's going to mop up the front row beautifully. Still left one of those. I'm going to stop talking now. If only, right? Got to take some poison breath. Hina is poisoned. Got plenty of antidotes, so this was a gamble worth taking. Sarah knocks out the front row. No new poisons there on the final poison breath attack of the round, I believe. Yep. Hina recovers 1 hit point. I guess that's a net of 1 since the poison would take away 1. Do the sweep attack again. And just have some crossbow attacks from the back row. Spiders are going to front guard. They're really worried about that rush attack, these spiders. They thought it through the entire time while breathing poison at us. Rui turning the sweep attack at 3 into a sweep attack at 2. And the front row doing their best to make it look easy. We do get through. We do get a nice amount of experience, and we do get to go ahead and use an antidote. Use one out of Hina's inventory to open up a spot, and while we're here, let's have Agog go ahead and cast some fields. drop down. We were in the process of dropping down, and then we ran into a couple giants and a ninja. They're friendly. Apparently they looked at us and said, "Oh, look, adventure is suspended in midair. That's kind of cool. Let's go talk to him." Two things that are a bit more investigative, letting us drop down before greeting us, are two wyverns, but they're friendly as well, so we will leave them be. Got a treasure chest up here. It was probably up here last session too, and I didn't notice. Let's check it out, and we get an axe. What will this axe bring us? Looks like a good deal of damage, at least. Agog is being appraised. It's an evil hand axe. Rusty blade that attracted evil spirits. It takes away the hit points of the person equipped with it. Well, 23 to 37 base damage on a weapon is not worth slowly dying to it. So we'll just kinda save that for resale later. Flesh out this little zigzag area. See, we've got a blood moon going on. Remember, the phases of the moon control just about everything in this game, up to and including terrible tarot readings. Coming up against some, what are we up against? I mean, they're red slimes. That's it, they're just red slimes. Okay. Allied reaction. Let's go ahead and restrict shot this. Looks like Ricardo is afraid. Interesting. And we will try a Jacrita from Rui. Nice thing about Ricardo being afraid is his reaction is at the very end of the round. Well, I guess it's before Hina, but the point is we have a chance to deal with some of this. And in fact, the Jacrita does the job and takes out the red slimes. Now let's see if we have anything to cure the fear. I don't think any of our potions will do it. How about Sarah? What does she have? Paraskia cures paralysis. No. Nothing to cure the fear. So the game's insisting we should probably head back. But we've come all this way, and we really haven't fought some Gaysounds in quite a while. Interesting. You can't do an assisted strain spell. Thought it may increase chances of success, but you can't do it. So we'll try a stipple and see how much flame damage a priest spell can do. Not a whole lot. But in all fairness, I did figure the Gaysounds, being somewhat magical beasts, would be somewhat immune. Ricardo tried to flee and we escape. Well, Rui's just 2,000 points away from leveling. I say we stick it out till at least there. Nothing unusual. For a dead end, that is highly unusual. Coming up to a cobweb and fungus and vine covered area. See giant mushrooms on the ground here. More wyverns to deal with. And lash. Sorcerer's spell. Let's do a called. An assisted called should be more than enough to deal with these wyverns. Why not? Don't think they'd fly too well with ice hanging off those wings. Nope, they go down like a sack of flour. Should get Rui her level up, and a little extra. Okay, so we've done that. Clearly making tangible progress here, but it is 8 o'clock. And even with the delayed start, I would like to wrap it up. Got some things to do today. Got the weekend warrior to get out. So we're going to transfer potion up, take care of this fear, and then take care of some things in town. Off to the temple we go. $1,600, small price to pay for the peace of mind of our noble warrior Ricardo. Now let's head to the lodgings. Again, I do want to thank those of you who check this stream out. It's really cool that you guys enjoy me just coming here, playing games and chatting. And I do apologize for the little bit of a delayed start again and the weirdness at the beginning. I promise not to be messing with the graphics settings today. That said, this has been a grumpy old guy gaming. This is a well-rested party of adventurers. You have yourself a fantastic day, and take care.